Congratulations, you have got the manager's job. If you're new to the world of management and are looking for some top tips to help you succeed, come on in, let's chat. I've got a few tips for you. Hey there, how's it going? I'm Coop and welcome to ThinkCanWill. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. It is great to see you again. And if you are new, then thank you for stopping by my channel. Through these videos, I aim to share tips and advice to help you get on at work and in your careers. So I post new videos every Thursday at 6 PM UK time. So consider subscribing, hit the notification bell so that you'll get an alert next time I post a new video. Congratulations, you've just got your first job as a new manager. It is such an amazing feeling. It's a little while ago for me now, but I still remember my interview and I still remember getting the call to say that I'd got the job. You've worked so hard to get to where you are, you deserve your success, be proud of yourself, but understand that the hard work really starts now. Okay, so I said I've got some top tips for you, so I'm going to get straight into it. So the first thing I would say to you in your new role is to understand that the nature of your work is going to be different from what it used to be. Now this may seem quite simple, but it's something that actually a lot of new managers really struggle to come to terms with. You've probably gone from a role where your work is allocated to you, where you're responsible for basically getting a set number of tasks completed each day, and you work through the work that's there. You have a nice pile of work sitting there and you can say, right, I've had a nice, successful, productive day, there's my pile of work completed. It's not going to work like that anymore. When you leave work at the end of the day now, you're still going to have tasks outstanding. You aren't going to have a pile of completed tasks that give you that sense of accomplishment. And there will be times when you sit and sort of think, well, what have I actually accomplished today? You know, you don't have this nice tidy pile to look at and say, I've been productive. The nature of the work is very different. You've gone from being very much a process-driven role to a thinking role and an overseeing role. And that doesn't bring about that same kind of sense of accomplishment and that same set of completed tasks. So it seems really simple to say, I know, but it's one of the things that a lot of new managers struggle with. So just understand that that's going to happen. The other thing to remember is that you're accountable now. The onus is on you to get stuff done. So whatever it takes is what you need to do, whether that's coming in early or staying late and maybe even working the occasional weekend. The expectation is you will get it done. Tip number 2 is to get to know the team. I'd recommend that any manager of any level takes time to get to know the individuals working on their team. It's such an important thing to do and makes a huge amount of difference. Get to know the people as individuals, find out what motivates them, find out how they feel about their role and find out what their ambitions are. But also connect with them on a personal level, so you know, take an interest in them, find out about their personal and family life, find out about their hobbies, their taste in music, their interests outside of work. You need the team to perform and do their job effectively, otherwise you can't do yours. So taking the time to find out about the individuals and finding out about what makes them tick actually goes a long way to helping make that happen. Okay, so next up, number 3 is to keep learning. Now I'm going to assume that you had a structured personal development plan which helped get you to where you are today and that you haven't just fluked your way there. Now, if you have, fair enough, fair play to you, but either way, keep learning. Just because you've got the role doesn't mean that's it, you stop. Never ever stop learning. You know, of course, the focus of your development and the type of development you do is likely to change. You're probably going to go from very much a task-oriented to behavioural. But understand that as a manager, you always need to keep your skills up to date. The world of management and leading teams and the world of work in general is constantly changing, and you need to be, if not ahead of the game, at least up to date with the game. So where do you start? Now, there's a couple of things that I always recommend new managers find out about and make sure that they're comfortable with. So the first thing I would say is understand your company's people processes, find out about managing sickness absence, find out about reward and recognition, find out about performance appraisals. Know where the policies and procedures are, read them, understand them, take the time to really understand what your organisation expects from you as managers. Feedback skills is another one. Effective feedback skills are essential for anybody leading a team. Take the time to invest in yourself and develop those skills. Your team will thank you. Motivation and motivating teams to perform is another essential skill for all managers, but especially new managers. So find out about what it is that makes people motivated to work. Okay, and beyond that, just search management, Google management and leadership, and you will find a ton of resources online that will help you get on in your management career. The trick with management is to find out lots of different views and practices, and then a bit of trial and error and find out the ones that work for you. You've essentially got to develop your own leadership style, so use the resources available. Use your company resources. They're a great starting point, and they'll make sure that you are at least in line with company policy and expectations. But also, you know, use blogs, look at newspaper articles or magazine articles, interviews, things like that. And don't forget YouTube videos. You know, YouTube is a great resource for management tips and advice. Speaking of which, if you're with me so far, then maybe hit the subscribe button so that you get the next update. If you've done that, hit me a thumbs up, like this video. Thanks very much. Okay, so number 4. I don't know how to tell you this, but not everybody likes you. Reality is, as managers, we are not there to be liked. Sure, it's great if we are, and it's much more comfortable if we are. As much as it's nice to be liked, our role as managers is sometimes to make the tough decisions, do the things that aren't always going to be popular with the majority of people. People are going to challenge and test you, they're going to criticise, they're going to judge. Developing a thick skin as a manager is all part of the journey. It's not always going to be easy, and your team won't always appreciate some of the decisions that you make. What your team do need to see from you though is consistency, integrity and fairness, because they will learn that whatever you do is always going to be in the best interest of the team. They're not always going to like decisions you make, but over time, if you are consistent and you do everything with integrity, they will learn that actually they might not have liked the decision you've made, but they will know and trust that you've made the decision that is in the best interest of the team. So tip number 5 is the 5 Ps. Now, Ben Franklin said, fail to prepare, then prepare to fail. I prefer the 5 Ps. Prior preparation prevents poor performance. In everything that you do, be prepared. Your diary is about to get so much busier than you're used to seeing it. So schedule time in to prepare for one-to-ones, for team meetings, for leadership meetings, for project meetings, for changes that you want to make in the team around continuous improvement and things like that. Any meetings that you're having, be prepared and make sure that you know what you're going to be saying, make sure you understand the content. Moving on to number 6, and that is be patient. You've not done this before, so you're learning. And like anything that's new to us and that we're learning, it's going to take time. It's going to take experience to get it right, to feel comfortable with it and get used to it. So be patient with yourself. Sure, you're going to have some really great days, and there's also going to be some days where you just sort of think, I don't know if I'm cut out for this at all. But remember, you need to have these experiences and learn from them. You've got this far, so you can do it. The other thing I would say is so many managers think that they need to come into a new team and start making changes left, right and centre to assert their authority and show people who's boss. My advice, take your time, be patient, learn and understand the team, the individuals, understand the performance, the service levels, what the customers need and what their expectations are. Once you understand these different elements, then you're in a much better place to make an informed decision as to what the right changes are to better serve the needs and interests of all relevant stakeholders. And my final tip for new managers is to lead by example. The onus is now on you to lead the way and to set the example for others to follow. So behave the way that you would want your team to behave. Be the kind of person that you would want to look up to, that you would want to follow. Bossing people around and asserting your authority will only get you so far. The best thing you can do, in my opinion, is to treat people with dignity and respect, and remember that the team don't work for you, you work for the team. So there you go. There's my tips for new managers. You're at the start of an amazing journey, an amazing career, and one that can be extremely rewarding. Yes, it can have its challenges, and not every day is going to give you big smiles. But if you invest the time and the effort to keep learning, to keep developing yourself, to bear these tips in mind and to always focus on the best interests of your team, then you're halfway there, and I'm sure you will succeed. So good luck, take care, and I'll see you soon.